Welcome to The Purpose Party, the podcast that inspires you to reset, renew, and realign. I'm your host, Tanya M., and today we've invited the gorgeous Jeunesse Pouchet, who you also know as the Youthful Vegan. Together, we discover travel and a plant-based lifestyle. She's bringing the bubbly. Tell your BFFs and join our Purpose Party. The owner and founder of the Youthful Vegan is none other than Jeunesse Pouchet. She is certified in special event planning, destination tourism, image consulting, and now Ayurveda. This mompreneur also owned and operated her own concierge and image consulting studio for 5 years prior to diving into the business of the Youthful Vegan. It was only after she stumbled upon a documentary on animal factory farming, animal abuse, unsanitary conditions, and the negative impacts on the environment that Jeunesse was moved to create a business that explored other types of cooking and cuisine that's what to combat these devastating effects. Enter the Youthful Vegan, which offered a plant-based diet and lifestyle to those conscious of the environment and their personal health. The Youthful Vegan also operated as a caterer and a supplier of meals and products to retail outlets. Today, the Youthful Vegan Cafe has closed its doors, and it has pivoted to a plant-based lifestyle blog, supporting a plant-based diet and lifestyle through easy and fun recipes for anyone interested in living a healthier lifestyle. The Youthful Vegan also caters directly to their customers. JP invites everyone to join her on this journey of good health, love, and compassion. Hello, gorgeous. Thanks for popping by. How are you? How's the family? What's new?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Incredible and so amazing. I still refer to you as Super Mom because I think you wear that like an invisible cape or something. Maybe it's glittery.
It's a lot, but honestly, I think with life, because I try not to seem this way, like, oh, it's so exhausting, it's so tiring, it's so much. Yes, it's a lot. Yes, it could be tiring. Obviously, trying to maintain this, we all know, everyone knows, if you're a mom, if you're a parent, even if you're not, there's a lot in life, there's a lot happening. There's a lot with trying to figure out how to balance everything. And I'm still trying to figure it out. But I think just having, just being devoted as a mom, for me, I'm devoted and dedicated to my children, to them, and giving them a healthy foundation and a balanced lifestyle and well-rounded lifestyle. And that to me is really what keeps me motivated, and for myself, doing it for myself. Like, I want to be well to enjoy this life, and there's so much joy to be found in these regular things that we do on a daily basis, whether it's cooking, whether it's washing the dishes, whether it's cleaning at home. Honestly, doing it with just knowing that this has to be done and this is for a better purpose, this is for a clean home, all of these things, it really, it keeps you going, It's really just mindset.
Do you plan and prepare for living on a plant-based diet when you travel to a foreign country, or do you just wing it?
No, I do. I definitely have some preparation involved, especially depending on the place that I am traveling to, because of course certain destinations may have more plant-based options than others. Thankfully, most places now offer plant-based options, whether it's restaurants and food establishments or establishments on the whole. But a lot of times those vegan options can be either very limited or still not very healthy. And of course, if we're traveling, going on vacation, we want to enjoy ourselves, have a little fun in between. But my lifestyle is very focused on maintaining balance as much as I can. And I try to take that with me anywhere I go. I think that is part of how we maintain a healthy lifestyle overall. with my children especially, and keep them, encouraged eating the way that we do. So yes, I do prepare a bit. And when I mean prepare, I really try to find a place with a kitchenette, depending on the length of time we're traveling. I think that helps a lot because I do need to prepare a lot of our meals. Of course, it helps in terms of cost as well. We all know cooking our own meals allow us to really know what we're putting into our food versus buying out where we don't know where some of the ingredients, what some of the ingredients may be. So yeah, I try to look for either a place with kitchenette if we're going for somewhere more than maybe 4 or 5 days. And I definitely pack some of my essentials, which are, I pack some essential spices and maybe certain food products that I need that I may not be able to get there depending on where I'm going. So I pack some things in case. Other than that, I really try to seek out establishments, food places that have vegan options and really good quality vegan options. Because I find some places, the vegan options can be, like they didn't take too much time to think about it. It's really basic, veggie burger or veggie pasta, tomato sauce, nothing, very fun. So, but that is changing. That is changing as the demand increases for vegan food and good vegan food.
Yes, definitely. And I guess you touched on how parents or tourists who are on a plant-based diets can plan and prepare for their trip with kids in terms of you're going to look for a kitchenette.
It would be different for everyone. Of course, it depends on the type of foods you want to eat. Like I said, I try my best to maintain balance in our life. And that extends to traveling. So I don't want to just eat junk foods the whole time I'm traveling. And then the vegan food options are limited. And a lot of times we resort to things like fries. A lot of
Yes.
people on a plant-based diet can relate to this, We have to resort to things like fries, and sometimes you don't even know if that fries is cooked in the same oil as the meat. But things like fries and burgers and a lot of fried food, fried veggies. I mean, or really heavy carb-based foods, and simple carbs in terms of like pasta and bread. Where I don't want to eat those things all the time. I think I need a meal that has a lot of balance, and that's not always easy to find. Interestingly enough, on a plant-based diet, where sometimes I find the meals that have meat actually have more veggies than the vegan meals. Sometimes I'm like, you can create a plant-based meal using these items versus just having a pasta with some tomato sauce, and roasted veggies or a veggie burger. So, but like I said, that is getting better as time goes by. So it is a great thing to see that more people are concerned about their health and more food establishments are trying to have plant-based options on their menus.
That a plant-based diet is with the hype or nah?
I don't know if I want to say, oh no, definitely it is. I don't want to say hype, but it is worth it. It is worth it for yourself, most definitely. I'm not here to say that everyone should be living a completely plant-based diet. However, I would 100% say that the average human is probably consuming way more meat and dairy than our bodies were ever meant to intake. And a lot of times our bodies can't cope. It can't cope with this copious amount of dairy and animal products, meat, dairy, eggs. It's in every meal. Our bodies can't cope with that. And not only is it in every meal, these products are not even being produced the way it used to be. It's almost all coming from animal factory farms where we all know what these animals have to endure. So on an energetic level, this food is now going to have these energetic qualities of suffering, of sadness, of pain, aggression. And not only that, what are these animals being fed? What is the quality of their food? Whatever those animals are eating is essentially what you're going to be eating as well. And they're not being fed grazing on a pasture. No, they're being fed genetically modified corn or soy or genetically modified grains. chemically altered foods, basically, because they need to have this in mass amounts for these mass amounts of animals to eat. And these animals are kept in very unsanitary conditions because they are, we know how animal factory farms look. If people actually just go and look at a video, they're in cramped places where they're in feces and it's not clean. So these animals get infections on a regular basis consistently, which is sad for them. So then they need to be treated with antibiotics and medicines that all go into their bodies and essentially what you're now going to eat. So these are things I think that people should really, really take into consideration when eating meat and animal products. Even fish. Fish is now, our oceans are so polluted now. It's in the fish, it's in seafood as well. Be aware of it so you can make a conscious choice of when you would like to eat these things and do it for your body as well. Your body wants to cope well and it can't cope well on eating copious amounts of animal products. Plant-based products, plant-based foods, whole foods are so much easier for our body to not only digest but to absorb the nutrients from them. And I mean, I can see how it has benefited my life and how it works my children. It is 100% diet and lifestyle, for maintaining health. There's no other way about it. Our health is directly linked to what we eat, what we look at, what we listen to, what we expose ourselves to. That is what our health is linked to. There's nothing else. We don't just get sick because we got sick. We don't just feel unwell because, we just woke up today not feeling well. No, it is linked to something and it has to be diet and lifestyle.
The emerging conscious tourist jump headfirst into uncharted plant-based waters, or do you feel this is something that needs to be carefully and tastefully planned for a more balanced and harmful outcome?
Anything that you're going to put into your body, you need to be mindful about it. I mean, and that's why, so many people are eating such unhealthy foods because they have no connection to their foods. They have no awareness towards it. And that's where the problem is. As soon as you become aware, you will make better choices, right? So awareness is key. And if you are a conscious traveler, conscious consumer, anything like that, you're going to be conscious about your choices, whether it's doing research before, which is key. I mean, you need the knowledge to know what you're putting yourself into. And that goes for anything. So with a plant-based diet, yes, you definitely need to do your research if you're very clueless. I mean, not that it's anything. I mean, it's eating vegetables, vegetables and legumes, and these aren't things that are foreign to us. So I don't think it's anything that far from what we're probably used to, unless we are literally eating foods that have been so altered and so unnatural that seems very foreign. Where actually eating whole foods or predominantly whole foods now seems so foreign because you have just been eating all of these processed foods for so long. And that's not what a conscious eater does or someone with awareness does. So you have to become aware. And thankfully, this is what is happening in the world right now, that you can see that people are now becoming aware again, because a lot of these companies, they want to sell us products. They want to sell us all these unhealthy foods. And the more unhealthy foods we eat, the more sick we get. And the more sick we get, the more money we need to spend in healthcare. It's a whole cycle. So awareness is how we break the cycle, because now we can choose differently. We know what these types of foods are going to do to us. So let me choose differently. But intuitively, our bodies would have naturally gravitated to things like whole foods. But we have now kind of changed that because our intuition is almost blocked from a lot of these things now because of what we have been putting in our bodies for so long, that our intuition is now blocked. We're not going to have clarity if we're filling ourselves with all of these unhealthy things,
Agreed.
So definitely the awareness the awareness is key. And either you need to cleanse first to become more aware, or that intuition is in you, that it's not that foreign. I mean, whole foods and all these things are not foreign to us in any way.
You see Trinidad and Tobago on that travel vision board for the tourists who are on a plant-based diet, especially those traveling with kids.
As much as I would love to say that Trinidad has a lot of plant-based options, because they do to a certain extent, I would say a lot of those options are still quite unhealthy. So it's not that we don't have them, because of course I could say the number one one of our number one meals in Trinidad is a completely plant-based meal, and that's doubles.
Yes.
Doubles is 100% plant-based, vegan, I should say. You know, there's no animal products in a traditional doubles. However, the average doubles on the side of the road, I mean, what flour are they using? What oil are they using? This is mass-produced food that is using probably the cheapest ingredients. You know, some of the most unhealthy oils is being deep fried, and you know, a lot of times people are eating 3 of these almost every day. There are people that eat doubles and stuff every day. So yeah, doubles and aloo pies and bacon, veggies or something, pylori. Yeah, okay. All those things are essentially vegan. But do you want to eat that for the whole time you're on a trip? I would not. So I would say, okay, and corn soup is another one. But curry, you can get definitely a lot of veggie options at Indian places, curries and roti and stuff. But again, we have to be mindful of the quality of food. What are they cooking with, right? So I do not think we have a lot of options of very balanced, nutritious, plant-based options at food establishments here. Honestly, I would say no. It is very, very limited. They may have 1 or 2 places, a few places, but it's really limited. I have a hard time, and I live in here, doing that. So I would say definitely you still need to prepare if you want to maintain a healthy, balanced diet while traveling to Trinidad, I would say.
Okay.
Well, speaking about Trinidad, just quickly, I really think that it's time for us to kind of revamp some of these things. Not say revamp our doubles and all these things. No, those are great. You know, it's part of our culture, part of what people look forward to coming to Trinidad and eating in Trinidad. But I think it's time we really need to promote a culture of more consciousness and being aware of what we put into our body. Because the Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago especially, but the Caribbean especially, we have a huge problem now with obesity, diabetes, and that's 100% heart disease, and that's 100% due to diet and lifestyle. And we can see now how a lot of our foods are, and it's a lot of oil, it's a lot of fried foods, it's a lot of, whether it's sugar, it's a lot of dairy, it's a lot of carbs. And I think it's something that we need to really focus on for our future of Trinidad, you know, and for our children.
Do you feel like we have this wealth of fruits and vegetables and medicinal plants that are being untapped and not used?
We definitely do. I don't want to say that maybe it's being unused. I think people need to use them more. And I think what we need to do, because we are very, very blessed in Trinidad and Tobago with our soil and our ability to grow a huge variety of food and fruits and everything. And I do not think that we are making the most of that. That could probably be a whole other topic another time, but we are not focused in Trinidad on organic farming, unfortunately. And I think that is something that is very sad, because we have the potential to really produce high quality fruits and vegetables and possibly even export and make it organic, but we're not. And in the process of not practicing organic farming, we're also killing the soil at the same time with the amount of chemicals and stuff that we're using. which is going to put us at a disadvantage in a very short time. And we're already seeing that, it's becoming less and less. And we see less fruit selling on the side of roads that we would have long time ago. In just my opinion, in what I have observed. And we see less people with trees in their homes, in their backyards. Some people don't even have grass anymore, where everybody had trees in their backyards long ago, as long as they lived in a place where they had the space. And I think these are all things that we really need to be aware of, is where are we heading with this, and how can we really maximize with the land that we have and what we can produce in Trinidad and Tobago, because we can produce a lot, and we do produce a lot, but let's focus on our agriculture and making quality food, organic and chemical-free food, because that is one of my main concerns about Trinidad. I love everything that we have to offer in terms of the variety of fruits and vegetables, but it's becoming less in terms of vegetables. And not only that, my concern is that how many chemicals are in this. There are no standards, so we don't know.
Inspiring us to aspire for a healthy and more balanced life. Thanks for pausing with us. You can find her at Jeunesse, if you can share.
Sure. You can find me on I have a website, the youthfulvegan@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram, youthful_vegan, and on Facebook as well, Youthful Vegan. Yeah, lots of recipes, lifestyle tips. I've actually even recently started consultations for mindful living, which is all about diet, lifestyle, and just becoming more aware of our choices and trying to make the best choices for ourselves, our bodies, mind, spirit, and our earth, our planet, trying to live more in harmony with the earth and our bodies.
Until next time, be kind to yourself and look out for each other. Bye.